Welcome in once again, guys. We're here to feed that Yu-Gi-Oh cardboard addiction, guys. You guys already know we have SP Little Knight. Wow, a Starlight rare now at under 30 bones. Again, when you had a quarter century secret rare that was like 350 bones, and now you have a comparable higher rarity or max rarity version. You know, again, like we were discussing in yesterday's market watch, most people, the most expensive, the most scarce, harder to get version is going to be the max rarity, you know? So it is what it is. Sometimes it's Starlight, sometimes it's quarter centuries, sometimes it's ghosts or OTs. You know, it is what it is, right? But we all love having, I mean, at least I do. Yeah, those, I mean, not everyone could afford a $350 quarter century secret rare, right? So yeah, those people that had that, they're upset maybe that their value's going down. But most of the community, the consensus would be that everyone's happy. Most people are happy that we get a high rarity, cheaper, high rarity version of the same card. You know what I mean? So SP Little Knight at under 30s, you know, as we can see, it's still very early in the game, guys. It's still very early in the game. It's still pre-sales, as we can see here. And we're going to touch base on the tins today. And also we're going to touch base on the tins tomorrow. So we're going to do back-to-back MEGATIN market watches here because the product is hot. The product is fresh off the press. We need to track these prices closely. Again, when these cards come out, they're scarce. The pull rates, terrible this, terrible that. So we need to stay on top of these, you know, card prices because we need to make sure we come in and pick up what we need relatively early. You know, usually you want to give it the first weekend, maybe the first week, but you know, either by the end of the next week or the beginning of the one after that, you know, you want to start looking to pick up everything you need, you know, in the sense of urgency. Like, yo, I need it now. I need to update this rarity in my deck. I need to get it now. You know, oh, this is a prismatic secret, it has a terrible pull rate, or I need the Perulia, and I need to staple this, or I need that. You know, you want to be picking it up again, not necessarily at pre-sale prices, sure. Like we always say you're gonna get that initial rush, the V-shaped recoveries, you know, the staples, the demand, you know, hard to get, and they're gonna rise up in price. We get it. But for the most part, for 90+% of the cards, you're gonna want to wait. You're gonna want to wait until these card prices simmer down as the masses are opening these, you know, this product. Yes, the pull rates are bad, but when everyone's opening something, everyone pulls everything in a way. You know what I mean? That means supply. That means supply is getting flooded into the market. So me, I'm gonna just give it through the weekend, and then next week, early next week, middle next week, I'm gonna start looking, and we're gonna be tracking these cards here to see these prices. Because hey, we need these cards. You know, a lot of these cards we either need, like Perulias. I don't have Perulias. Most people probably, you know, they didn't want to pay $80 for one Perulia, right? So we waited. Our patience is gonna be, you know, well paid per se. But yeah, so we'll see how these cards are going to react. Little Knight right here is $28. Under 30s. You're starting to see the walls of China. These are still pre-sales. I expect this card to hit at least $25. Me, if I see a 20 piece, I'm in. You know, that's my personal goal. At the very, you know, least the max that I want to pay is a $20 bill. And I actually like and want a Starlight rare Little Knight because I like Starlight rares. You know, I don't really personally don't really like QCSRs, but Starlights, yeah, I mean, perfect. I think QCSRs should have been Starlights with the stamp. Literally. They should have added the 25th stamp right there and call it quarter century secret rarity. But with the Starlight rarity, you know, feel for things. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this one pans out. I expect 25s in the short term, then a $20 bill as it stabilizes. But you never know, man. When these staples, extra deck staples like a Little Knight, you know, they come out, they could also V-shape recover. That is the risk of what we do. No one knows the future, but me, I'll just wait. Worst case, I already have my Little Knight. It is what it is. So I'm in a position of strength in that sense. If you don't own a Little Knight yet for some random reason, you know, then I get it. If you take the risk early just to get a high rarity copy early per se, but I'd wait. I'd wait a little bit more. This is an extra deck staple. I still think it hits 25s and eventually maybe even 20s towards the downside. Then we have Mulcharmy and Perulia, guys. Again, when we discussed this card recently, just the card in general, we said that this card will be the chase card of the tins alongside with purges. As we can see here, we have Dominus Purge, still no picture for these, and we have Perulia. Again, on a gamer's choice. A lot of people were buying, you know, through this past weekend and through, you know, the early parts of this week, buying cards over here on gamer's choice. I actually came in. We talked about this in the live stream, in our latest live stream, we went through Gamer's Choice pre-sales. We were talking about these prices, and we saw some prices that I just had to come in, man. I usually don't do pre-sales, and we're going to talk about like Chaos Sorcerer and other cards later on. I saw Chaos Sorcerer at $3. I'm like, $3 for a Starlight Chaos Sorcerer? Man. I took my 9 billies. I'm like, Gamer's Choice, Mr. Wall of China. Let me get my playset of Chaos Works for my decks, my boomer decks. And long and behold, you know, the card is still like $9 on TCG Player. It's still pre-sale prices. Maybe it goes down to $7.50. Maybe it goes down to $5. But again, it just goes to show that there's always deals and steals, even at the pre-sale level. I usually stay away from pre-sales, guys. This time we were discussing this in the live stream. I was like, you know what, man? Pot agreed at $10. I'm a boomer at heart. Okay, so you know, if I need a Billy Bob for just a couple boomer cards, you know, you're addicted to the brand. You know, I needed to do it. You know what I mean? Again, I wasn't someone that was gonna come here and spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars picking up deck cores or, you know, high-end staples and this and that and the third. But look, Perulia's here with 45s, Purges as well. They're already here, you know, 39s here and 40s respectively for Perulia and Purges. So again, you can start seeing that the sell pressure is coming in. There's no way, no how. I mean, this card, I expect 35s by tomorrow, and then, you know, 30s, a hundo. Like, I don't want to pay more than a hundo, and even that feels like a stretch. I won't lie, like $100 still for a playset of Perulia. But if you need it, if you're gonna compete, if you waited this long, like that would be the perfect entry price. In that sense, you know, you didn't pay 80s for the Ultra, you didn't pay 70s or 60s. You're getting a full playset of Prismatic Secret Rares at a hundo. That'd be my personal target. Jay, when would I buy Perulia? When would you? $100. That does not mean it can't go below. That does not mean it can't go to 30s, maybe into the high 20s, or be a $20 to $25 card. It can, anything can happen. We're talking about, in that same manner, this thing could V-shape recover and be a $50 to $60 card as well, right? So keeping that in mind, I still think it's too early, you know, because we're in pre-sales. But through the weekend, if you see this card and it gets to like $100 per, you know, for a playset, then, you know, you pull the trigger and then you're in a position of strength. If it goes lower, you can buy another playset if you have that money to get exposure as an investment. If it goes higher, you already got your playset and you save that money compared to future prices. So that would be the thought process with, you know, a high in demand hand trap staple that everyone needs, including your boy. That's my approach right now. I'm not saying it has to be the perfect approach. No one's going to be, you know, no one knows the future, right? But that's the approach where I'm like, you know what, $100? Yeah, playset of Perulia. All right, I'll live with that, you know? So it's something to keep in mind, but we'll see. Hopefully it goes lower. Hopefully it goes lower. The cheaper, the better. But this is a chase card, This thing, like this, like a V-shape recover, initial rush, take this to like super high prices. So we'll continue to monitor this one, and we'll definitely talk more about this card tomorrow. Same as Purges, you know, holding 40 bones steady. We'll see. I expect this card to go into the 30s, you know, 35s in the short term. And we always said it. We said the goal with Purges, the same deal. $100 a playset at the very least. That is the goal with a card like this. If you're playing yummies, things of that nature, it's still pre-sales, it's still early. You know, even me, I'm waiting for my case. I'm gonna be opening a case on the channel. So I'll probably get that early next week. I get it. Everyone's gonna open, you know, their own cases are ready. They already have access to these cards. That's all gonna well. But here on the channel, we'll see what I'll pull. Terrible pull rates. So my expectations aren't, you know, at the floor level per se, but it's fun opening packs and, you know, getting destroyed pull rates wise. But that's gonna be a fun video. But yeah, Purges again, staple. A lot of yummy players need this card, and just other people in general that want access to the card. We're gonna get a new Dominus card reprint print or printed inside Duma Dimensions, and then people also getting impulses, which we're gonna touch base on as well. And they already have their songs. There's people out there, they just want places of every Dominus card. Literally, they want places of every Dominus card. They're gonna be looking forward, not just the meta relevance, but just everyone feels like they need this card and to have access to it. We don't know if and when it's getting an additional print. So again, $100 for this card would be like that, you know, that level where you're like, okay, I just need the card. I don't know if it's gonna go back up to 50s. Let me just get my $100 playset right here and live to fight another day. And then again, like we said, Gamer's Choice, we're not sponsored by them or anything. We were just discussing these pre-sales here. Very interesting prices. But yeah, impulses, 40 bones. we're gonna discuss Impulse. Where's Impulse? This is around here. Look at that. Impulse at 40s, and already it's $28 right here. So again, you know, if you came in here was too soon to get the Prismatic Secret at 40s, and the card recently was in the mid to high 30s, and already you're starting to see the card at 28 bucks. So again, for this one, 20 bucks. That's my goal. Ideally, if you could get a deal in person, or maybe you can get a play set of Impulses for 50 bucks. That's my personal goal. Not to say that it has to happen or it will happen. That's my personal goal. Play set of Impulses for 50 bucks. Again, that would it means that it would be 16 bucks a pop around there, which would be a 50% dump. Around a 50% dump, you know, 40-50% is definitely possible. You know, it's something to keep in mind. But yeah, I think it's still too early for this card. It's not meta relevant right now. Like, not every deck is playing it. So yeah, these Walls of China are coming in. So those would be my price targets for a card like Impulse. But yeah, so again, there was great deals on here. Some of these sold out already. If you go to best selling right here, real quick, you can see, yeah, Chaos Sorcerer at $3. Yeah, thankfully I got my playset. You know, you have Bottomless Trap Hole here at 3 bones. And yeah, we were discussing some of these, you know, on that live stream if you were there. So yeah, that's the value. I mean, we're not gonna do many live streams moving forward, but that's the value of doing live streams, because there's value in deals that you get on there that sometimes I just you know, don't talk about here on the channel, which I should. You know, usually we stay away from pre-sales, and we lightly discuss them like when they're listed on TCG Player. But yeah, I mean, there's always potential out there. There's always been, but then there's also a lot of potential to lose money with cards that might be a little overpriced compared to the prices that they eventually end up at. So again, sure, could there be the occasional deals here? The Bottomlesses, the Chaos Works, of course, and those are boomer cards, and even other of the high-end staples and things of that nature. Yes, but for the most part, most of these cards are going to crash down into oblivion. They're going to tank hard in price. So, you know, definitely something to keep in mind as you tackle these pre-sale prices. Guys, first link in the description down below if you want to fast track each and every single card that we're going to be talking about today. No better way than to click that first link in the description down below. Easy peasy. And again, make sure you subscribe on the way in, guys. Ring that bell, like the video. It really helps out the channel. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys here. You guys are all straight MVP. So again, as we go through the tins, it's still early, it's still pre-sale prices. We can see that again, even not all the pictures are up for every single card, but don't listen to the noise. That's all I'm gonna say. Do not listen to the noise. Oh, the tins are a scam, the tins are trash, and the tins have the terrible pull rates. We literally went through this in last year's tins, and it's crazy how time flies by. We're already at this position again, but in 2025. Again, the 2024 tins gave so much value. It's crazy. A year later, it's given so much value inside last year's tins, and now we have the same situation. 2025 tins. Don't listen to the noise. We learned from historical precedents from the past, and we can learn from last year that there's going to be amazing value in this year's tins. Just seeing the first page, amazing value for boomers like your boy. You know, Metamorphosis and the Pot of Greeds and the Miracle Fusions and the this and that. And then you have the Black Gold Labs, modern, you know, high-end staples that people need. The Mulcharmies, the Hand Traps, the Dominuses, and the Little Knights, and the amazing value in the tins. So do not listen to the noise. Not to go buy sealed to your local Walmart, but singles. Singles. Amazing reprint set. Again. Amazing. Yeah, there's a lot of fillers and a lot of, you know, terrible pull rates. It's a terrible sealed product. You know, don't do this at home. What I'm gonna do, opening up a case. You feel me? I'm doing it for the channel, you know, and things of that nature. But you come in and there's amazing singles here, amazing cards, especially post banless. You know, once we have more information, like on some of the Fiendsmith cards, things of that nature. But again, amazing reprints in this year's tins. Do not listen to the noise. You focus in, you get the singles you need, and you live with your results. Easy peasy. So we have Infinite Impermanence. Again, this card, when you compare to the other high rarities where you had OTs at triple digits, quarter centuries at one point at triple digits, and now you have a Starlight Rare high rarity version of the same card, Infinite Impermanence, now at 35 bucks. So it's nice to see it come out, and for $100 already you can get a playset honestly, I look at this card and I would like to see it in the 20s. I would like to see it, you know, maybe at 25s. Again, $20 to $25 would be like that goal where it could go $10 to $15 down. It's still early in the game. You know, we'll see. There's gonna always be demand for a staple card like this that people play at 3s. So it's Infinite Impermanence. It's nice as a Starlight Rare. Honestly, I own the OG OTs and I own my PUR. So when I see a Starlight, I'm like, yeah, I mean, $35, $100 is like, I don't need this card. You know, Starlight Rare is pretty nice. A lot of people are gonna like it. You know, it's gonna be a matching rarity for their decks with the other Starlights, but me, I'm gonna probably stay on the sidelines on this one. I would have to, like, $50 is like the max that I would pay for a playset like this, and it still would hurt in the sense because I already have imports, you know. So, but there's gonna be people out there definitely are gonna be chasing these, you know, playsets of Infinite Impermanence Starlight Rare. And again, it's still early in the game. It's $35, even though it's a staple. You know, it should get some type of sell pressure. Also, people know that we're gonna get additional prints of Imperm later this year. Yes, not high rarity, but still. I mean, the card is being reprinted everywhere per se. It has lower rarities as well. So this is more when a card like this comes out, it's like a win more situation. You know, it's like, okay, I have my Imperms already. You know, I have commons and I have this version and I have that version. I already have my Imperms. Do I want to really win more? Do I really need this? You know, there's going to be people, yes, I want to upgrade to, that's fine. That's fine. But it's not like, yo, it's a Starlight Rare of a card that only had like 2 prints and like, oh, everyone needs it type of thing. You feel me? So we'll continue to track this card. It's around $100 for a placer right now, which is not terrible. But again, it's still pre-sale prices. We would wait a little bit just to see where this card finds a floor price. We have Mulcharmy and Dominus already down to 14s. That's pretty interesting. You need to understand that secret rares were pushing like what, 2025s not too long ago. And now you have prismatic secret rarity bumps compared to the lower rarities at 14 bones. That's a good sign, man. That is a good sign. You're already starting to see the masses and the walls come in. Why? Because the sell pressure is bigger. Because this had a rarity collection print. So all those players that had extra rarity prints on their binders, they come in and they list those as well. So it causes sell pressure overall to the market of Mulcharmy and Dominus. So again, 14s right now, not bad at all if you don't own the card and you're like, you know what, let me spend $50 post tax to get access to the card. We get it. But honestly, I'm waiting for $10. $10 waiting in the sense I already have my Euro PURs. So it, for me, is more like an investment. You know, or if I see it in the trade binder and the card is $10, I'm like, yo, I'm picking that up for trade. Like, most definitely. It's like that type of thing. $30 for play sets, that's the goal. Maybe go down into the single digits there. But $25 to $30 for a play set would be my personal goal with this card that already has the rarity collection treatment. But keep in mind, this is a staple. This is a staple. People still need this card. They still need it. And all versions of Dominus before this card was reprinted were already bumping up in price, $5 to $10 a pop, depending on the copy, depending on the version, right? So this is another opportunity to get Dominus in the low teens, low to mid teens. Again, take advantage of it, but not literally like today, in the sense like, let's give it a couple of days, let's see how these cards react. But we want to keep a keen eye on cards like these, on the Mulcharmies, you know, the Dominuses, the Little Knights, you know, all these staples, you know, they can rebound fast and strong. So we want to give it some time, but not too much time. You feel me? Definitely through the weekend, see how these prices react. But yeah, we're going to cover the tints today and tomorrow, just to see how a 24-hour time frame or an overnight session causes some price, you know, moves, and also just the masses being able to get these cards tomorrow as well. So we'll definitely discuss that. And then eventually, early next week, you know, we're going to hop on top of the tins again and come back and revisit these staples because they're going to be hot. And I want to keep you guys informed. I want to keep you guys informed because, hey, this is going to get volatile. It's going to get crazy. We have Fiendsmith's Tract. We have Lacrima, the Crimson Tears, and we have Fiendsmith's Requiem. So again, before this reprint, tracks were 20, still 20, 21s, 22s, still, even people knowing that the card was getting reprinted. And now already at pre-sales is already at 14 bones. Already at 14 bones. So that's good. That's good. It's already down $6, $7 a pop already. So what do we expect for this one? $10. $10. at the very least, probably hit single digits again. But still, I wouldn't be buying the card. I'd be waiting for the ban list. Not to say that Fiendsmith has to get hit or that they have to hit this particular card instead of, you know, Engraver, or, you know, they could just hit Moon and still keep, you know, Fiendsmiths around and this and that and the third. I doubt they ban any of these cards, you know, but still, I mean, what if it gets hit to 2 with slap in the wrist, or maybe to 1, you know, and then, you know what I mean? So when it comes to the entire Fiendsmith package, where we have tracks at 14, you know, Lacrima at $9 already, single digits. This card was holding 17s for these past couple of days, a week or two, holding 17 strong, and now you already have a rarity bump from those OG secrets here, a technical rarity bump at single digits. Beautiful, affordable. We have Requiem. This card was still in the teens for some random reason, and now it's single digits, and it's still too expensive, man. I ain't paying no more than $5 for no Requiem, man. Like, we'll see, banlist wise. But yeah, Lacrimas at single digits. I'd wait for at least 750s, but 5 bones for these, 5 bones for these, you know, and then 10s for track. Like, if you really need them, you know, you wait a couple days, you see it at those prices, and you're like, yo, I just need it, man. I'm playing Fiendsmith, I'm getting rarity bumps, I'm going to XYZ event, you know. But again, I think the ban list is close, around the corner. Not likely to come out this week, maybe this weekend, but I think next week is when really, you know, there's going to be room for the ban list to come out. But yeah, Konami first wanted to release the tins, release this card, let people buy the tins, let people come after this card, these cards, and then that's why I wouldn't be surprised if it's more towards like the middle of September, mid to late September ban list, just to give people a week or two to actually come in, buy the tins, and then boom, ban hammer. So definitely before Doom of Dimensions. So I think Doom of Dimensions is late this year. I'm sorry, late this month. So definitely a ban list before that. But I think they want to let the tins sell. So we'll continue to monitor all this information. But yeah, Fiendsmith package, honestly, I'd wait for the list. But if you're not waiting for the ban list, $5 Lacrimas, $5 Requiems, and $10 tracks would be my personal go. We have Deception of the Sinful Spoils. How the Mighty Have Fallen. This card at one point was $60 for the OGs. $60. And now at pre-sale prices is close to a 10x down from those highs already right here, because, you know, the card is not being used. And I won't lie, the Azamina engine package, you know, white Diabell star and the Wanted package, and it's pretty good. You know, it's pretty good. It's not meta relevant, won't lie, but you know, this card is beautiful. To see it this cheap, I expect $5 in the very short term. You know, my personal goal would be $2 to $3, maximum $10 a playset for this. Not bad, maybe even as an investment. You never know when the card comes back into the meta fray. You never know if Konami gives more support, you know, Sinful Spoil support in the future, or Azamina support, White Force support, you name it. So you never know. So if I see a card like this, $10 a playset, I'm picking it up. I'm picking it up. Not at $7 right now, not even at $5. I mean, $5 if you really like needed to play. Yo, Jay, I'm playing one. You come in, man, at 5s. You get it, right? But if this is an investment, I'm looking to pick up play sets for 10s at the very least. So yeah, with cards like these that used to be meta relevant, and then you see them, yeah, right now no one cares, right? And you see $10 a place, like, you just pick it up. You pick it up. Card shouldn't get reprinted anytime soon. It's just getting its reprint now, right? So you pick it up, you add it to your investment binder, you forget about it, and one day the potential to eat is there with a card, wow, that was $60 one day, and now it's getting destroyed, just crashing. When I mean these card prices are crashing down, it's not just like the literal price of you know, these cards, like the literal price of this tin version. It's like compared to the OGs and what they once were and things of that nature, like these cards have crashed down into oblivion. Just wild to see these valuations. We have Primite Lordly Lode. Okay, so this card was, you know, $30 not too long ago. Again, the secrets and the OG secrets and the Battles of Legends secret. And now you have a tin reprint at $15.88. So essentially it's down 50% from the highs of the previous versions. And this is beautiful. So again, like if you need it, that's like the maximum that you want to pay is around $50 a playset. But honestly, still pre-sale prices. The goal with a card like this would be to pick it up at $10 a pop. That's my personal goal. That's what I'm waiting for. $25 in person for a playset, you feel me? Or 30s if you come in here plus tax, is what I would be looking for from my end. The walls are coming in. Primites are not doing anything right now. It is a card that is going to have high demand. So something to definitely keep in mind. But nah, I'm not paying over 30s for a playset of this card because I just don't need it that bad. But if you do need it, you know, again, not bad to pay 50 bucks for a playset of this card that was 90 bucks not too long ago. So definitely something to keep in mind right here. So yeah, pretty interesting, huh? You know, loads at 15-16 bucks. I still think it's too early. I expect the low teens, maybe even 10s for this card as the supply comes in. But it is a prismatic secret rare. It's hard to pull, hard to get, terrible pull rate. So wouldn't be surprised if eventually a week, 2 weeks down the line, this card reclaims the $20 mark and moves on in that sense. So definitely keep it in mind. We have the Black Gold Laughs. This card continues to laugh at the markets. Literally, guys. Literally. The card was 30 bucks for the OG. We just discussed it earlier this week, was it, or late last week? We discussed this card. We've been saying sell this card, sell the OG. And now you can pick up a prismatic secret rare, mind you, still at pre-sale prices at a 50% discount. So if you would have sold, we just recently talked about the OG. Yeah, but I prefer the OG, and this is the first set OG, and it has the stat. Man, get out of here. Please get out of here with that. All I know, you sold your playset for 90 bucks. You could pick up 6 of these right now. Right now, a playset for yourself and a playset to invest in right now. And we're still at pre-sale prices. This card could hit 10 bucks. No one would be surprised. Maybe even single digits. That's the power of what? We always say that on the channel. Recycling your purchasing power. Literally. Recycling your purchasing power. You have a playset of first set OGs. Damn, bro, I need this card, man. I'm using it right now. But you know what? Let me find me a Billy Bob that needs it just as bad as I do right now. And then in a week or two, we're going to be Black Goat laughing at Billy Bob in the markets when I pick up 2 playsets of the same exact card. Mind you, at a rarity bump. A technical rarity bump. You can't make this stuff up, man. You just can't. Right now, it's 15s. Same deal. I would be waiting at least for 10s on this prismatic secret rare. Yeah, keep in mind, all these prismatics, especially terrible pull rates, all of these have the potential to rebound. It is what it is, right? But at the same time, still pre-sales. We'll continue to monitor these cards, you know, as we go. Excuse me, guys. The Black Gold just keeps laughing at the markets. It does. We have the Bystial package here. We have Bystial Magnamut, we have Bystial Baldrake, and we have Bystial Jewel Swarm, and we don't got Bystial Lubellion, man. I don't know why. It needed a Starlight in here, man. Where's Lubellies, man? They're part of the Fantastic Four. No Chaos Angel, no Fenrir's, man. No Lubellies, no Imsetis. No luck. Hey, man. But in the meantime, we do got the Magnamuts of the world. We got the Baldrakes of the world, and we got the Jewel Swarms of the world. So again, I still think $9 for a Jewel Swarm is a one-off, man. Let's see 5 bones. I expect 750s in the short term, but can we see a $5 Jewel Swarm? Is that too hard? So I can pick up my one-off. And then Magnamut, $10, get out of here. Man, these willy-nilly one-ups, 10 bones, why? Nah, man, 5 bones, market, $5. That's what I would want for these one-ups. Still early in the game, we'll see. I expect these cards to at least hit 750s in the short term for Magnamut and Druid Swarm. And then 5 bones would be that target. 5 bones a pop for the Bystial package right there. And then Baldrakes already at $5. You see, that's more like it. But still, for this one, $2 to $3, you know, $2 to $3. I wouldn't be paying more than 10 bucks for a playset of this card. So I'd wait on this one. And it's the one that is less played anyways. Then you do have Saranier. Where's Saranier? Forgot to pull it up here. Just pick up Saranier. Right here, let's check. It's an ultra rare if I'm not mistaken. Oh, there it is. Wow, this card is $1.60 already. Wow, crashing down into oblivion. Look, only 3 prints. You do have the OG Supers, the Prismatics, and the Ultra. So the Prismatic Secret Rare is still the max rarity. Interesting. That's the one I'd be picking up. After it crashes down to like 2 to 3s, I'd be picking up, you know, the Prismatics. But if you're on a budget, $5 a playset, Not bad. And I think still it goes lower, probably into the shekel territory. So just wait through the weekend and then get access to these Bystials. Because it's nice. It's nice. We need Lubellis, but in the meantime, we work with what we have. And those are the price targets that I expect for these cards. Then we have Nightmare Apprentice already. Card went up to like 28, 30 bucks on hype. I was like, please sell this card. It's about to get reprinted. And here we are, a higher rarity print than the secret rare OGs at $6, mind you, $6. So listen here, I'm looking at these $5. When I see this at $5, I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna get my playset. It's an illusion card. The card is broken. Look at this effect. It says if this card is normal special summon, you can add 1 illusion monster from your deck to your hand. It's an illusion searcher. A generic illusion searcher. Level 6. Pitch 1 special. It's a generic card. People sleeping on this card. On the card in itself, right? Not this particular version, not this particular reprint yet, in the sense that it's just coming out. We get it. But this is how we make money, man. This is why you guys are here. This is why we have 10K subs. This is why we're collabing with amazing content creators like Triff, man. The man is a legend. Shout out to Yassine like 3 months ago as well. And this is just the beginning. Shout out to the other people, you know, the Malcolms and the Very Nices and the Team Sakurasus and the, you know, and the Vengeful Shadows. And if I'm missing a name, you guys know we're always collabing here. We love the collaborations, right? Always picking people's brains, always having fun, always providing that value. Why? Because we make people money. The game is too easy. If you see a Nightmare Apprentice, listen in. I'm gonna probably get 2.5, maybe 3K views in this video, hopefully. Out of the thousands of people watching this video, if you see this card at your locals at $5, pick it up. Trade value, give the person $5 if you're allowed to do so at your locals. Pick this card up because it's a Starlight Rare for $5. A card that was always value and people weren't even playing it. And the card always held some type of value, usually in the double-digit range. Imagine when illusions get the support. We're getting illusion stuff later on this year. No one's paying attention to that. No one is paying attention to that. No one. Literally, no one's talking about illusion support and illusion this, illusion that. They're going to have their heyday in the meta some way, somehow. Speculation or hype-wise, even if they never pan out, this is a great card to pick up. Especially, hopefully, at $5. Hopefully, me talking about today in that manner doesn't cause it to go up. Hopefully not. It's pre-sales. Don't need to go crazy. But if I see this at $5, I'm picking my playset. And then hopefully it goes down to 2 to 3s, which I doubt, honestly. So I could pick up more places at 10s. R9 would be the goal with this card. But at the very least, I want to place it. At the very least. This is money, man. There's some cards that you look at them and you're like, yeah, there's money. Yeah, money. Shout out to Rogue Hero as well. Collabing with my guy. He's always money. He's like, money. Yeah, always fun, man. Hey, shout out. Hey, based on Rogue Hero's terms, this is going to be money. Easy work. The game is too easy. Shit, I can't wait to see $5. Hopefully Billy Bob's have these in the trade binder. We're going to swipe them up, man. Easy work, man. Easy work. And right now, honestly, $20. If you like, I need my playset, Jay. You see, you're saying that it's going to be a great card. Can't blame me. At least you're getting a playset of Starlights for $20. Not bad. These were 20s not too long ago, just for one copy of the Secret Rare. So highlighted it, spent a couple of minutes talking about it, because I just see the potential from a mile away. I do. I'm sorry. It wasn't me, man. I'm sorry. It was the crystal ball, man. My bad. I can't take all the credit. There we go. We have shiny Sarcophagus. Makes no sense. Please. We're 34 minutes in. Guys, I need your help, man. I just need your help, man. Some of these things don't make sense, man. They just don't. Look, this card has 3 prints, okay? Only 3. And at pre-sale prices, we're already under $6 for a Starlight Rare, which we're going to get into in a bit. And we have secret rares here, still holding $15. 14s. I mean, you have a place here, people panic selling now, but literally, we just talked about this card. Made no sense here. You have a couple, places here and there. The card goes to 15s, man. Still, $13, $14, $15. How? Chris, explain it to me. Millennium Bobby TCG, that's my guy. He loves this deck. What's the thought process with this, man? Is it because it's just shining Sarcophagus Is it just because, you know, why? Why is this card $13, $14 when you got a Starlight Rare at pre-sale prices, mind you? That means this card could easily be sub $5 through the weekend. Or it could rebound as well. You never know with these cards, right? Still early. But the facts are the facts. This card is 576s now with massive walls of China readily available for the masses. A Starlight Rare. Jay, but this has the first stat OG stat. Man, I wish I might. I don't understand these things, man. Look, there's people buying this card. There's people buying this card today at $10, $11. They could come in here and did this Billy Bob right here, buying this at 11s. Could come in right here and get 2 of these right now. Essential. A pop. 2 of these for every copy he bought. Either 2 of the OGs or 4 Starlights. Come on now. There's a lot of different examples here in this tin. You know, it just makes no sense, man. No sense. But $5 for this card? Not bad. Not bad. I'd be looking more like $3, maybe a playset for 10s. That's what I'd be looking forward to for this card if I would want it. But $5 is like that maximum. And again, when we talk about all these prices, excuse me, we're all speculating here. No one knows the future. No one knows what's going to happen, right? It's still too early. We don't even have the charts to our advantage, right? So what do? You have these you know, price ranges. We're like, okay, I see a shiny Sarcophagus. Starlight, max I would pay is $15 for a playset, but ideally $10. Anything lower is the cherry on top. The game is that easy, boys. Then here we have Queen of the Blazing Domain. What a beautiful name. And a beautiful art. Beautiful art. It's just we can't see it here, but the pictures hopefully are up by tomorrow. We're gonna probably revisit many of these cards we're talking about today and a couple more different ones just to mix things up tomorrow. But again, Queen of the Blazing Domain. This card is 689s, but I think it's gonna probably crash down. Usually when we have single prints like this that have great effects, they come out and they probably don't pan out in the meta immediately. It's later on in the year, later on with a different meta. When Konami prints cards like these, single prints in the tins, it's like heavy poly. Heavy poly is the perfect example. Heavy polymerization. Heavy polymerization. Again, 2 totally different cards in the sense of effect-wise. But when I see a card like this, this is what reminds me of Queen of the Blazing Domain. Both prismatic secret rares. This card came out a year ago, and the card was trash. Shekels, dollars, you feel me? It was nothing. And then, you know, today is $14. You feel me? So the same deal. This is gonna come out. It's gonna be sub $5, probably $2 to $3 max, maybe even lower. No one's gonna care about it. Everyone's gonna forget about it. And then a card like Heavy Poly has its heyday in the meta, and it goes bonkers. And then I think Queen of the Blazing Domain could be the same thing. So what do? We focus on it. Most people are gonna be like, oh, who cares about this? We don't need it now. This and that and the third. That's when you pick it up. We're gonna be picking these up. We're gonna monitor this card, you know, how low it goes. And yeah, $7 still too early. No way, no how. $10 a playset. That's what I would want at the very least for this card. We'll continue monitoring it, you know, for you guys. We have Retaliating C. Neat one here. This card is 364s. I still think, even though it's being used currently and it's a higher end print, you know, right now you're getting close to $10 for a playset. So, you know, I mean, ideally you can get $10 for 2 playsets, you know what I mean? But if you need it, $10 for a playset is not an initial price. But hopefully I would like to see 2s for this, maybe $5 a playset in person. Ooh, that'd be great, man. That'd be great. But yeah, we'll continue to monitor this one because it's actually seeing some meta relevance in the side deck. So we'll see. This one's too early. It's actually seeing play in the meta. So we'll continue to revise this one and see as it ages through the week and then early next week. But yeah, Retaliating C, great pickup in general. Nice to see the max rarity version right here, right now. So there you go. And here we have Gamma Seal, the Sea Turtle Kaiju. Again, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's what I love from tin reprints, that you get to get. I love it when that happens. For the same price of the previous secret rare, you can now get a max rarity Gamma Seal. It's just beautiful. And this is pre-sales. I love it. I love a card like this. I love it, man. It's the best Gamma Seal, getting a Starlight rare behind the tin paywall that now is going to be readily available. What's going to happen a year from now when Gamma Seals are hard to get? And this is the max rarity. And now everyone's using Kaijus for a specific format. Just saying. Even if people don't need it, you know, in the sense of that everyone's using Kaiju, still Gamazeel, man. 372s now. Play sets at 10s, but less. We need play sets for $5. You know, hopefully, it's just beautiful to see a Starlight Rare Gamazeel. You know, I just love these reprints, man. I love these reprints. I love the fact that they're Starlights, and I'm gonna be looking for these for myself and as an investment. Excuse me, guys. That's what I'm gonna be looking for. When it comes to this card, and I expect cheaper prices. I expect cheaper prices because Gamazeel is not doing anything in the meta right now. It's just the facts. It's just a good one to get anywhere from an RO3 to an RO9. You get exposure to this card, and you're willing and able to live with the results. Just beautiful card. Beautiful reprint, man. And then we have number 90, Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. This card has always been money. Recently, it was in the 20s for the max rarity secret rare. And, you know, now it's sub $5. Beautiful. Again, same deal. You see a card like this, place it for $10. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to get this card at least at $10 for a playset. We'll continue to monitor this one. This one always has value. People always want this card. We get it. People need it. We understand. But as we can see here, Massive Walls of China is already sub 5 bones. Listings are going to keep going up. So yeah, $10 a playset. That's my goal for this one. Card is broken. Is good for, you know, just as it's generically good for rank 8s. And, you know, it's just a card that you want to keep in mind, guys. You know, anything sub $5, you know, we here consider penny stonkish per se compared to the heavy mid stonks, heavy stonks, and things of that nature. So the lower this card goes, the better value you'll get for a card that always becomes money, man. We don't know if and when it's getting an additional print. It's just getting reprinted again. I believe this is max rarity, if I'm not mistaken. So a max rarity version of this at $2 to $3, you jump on it, you know. So we'll continue to monitor this one, guys. Don't forget to come over here and join our Discord and our X. Really appreciate it. You know, and again, man, shout out to Trip for posting me, man. We've been growing over there now at like 620 something, almost 630. Crazy, man. It's so hard to grow over there on X. So if you have an X, make sure you go over there and follow. Just trying to grow. Really appreciate you guys. You have accessories right here, $15 off right there as well and whatnot. Do not miss out. And guys, make sure you subscribe, ring that bell, like the video on the way in. Would gladly appreciate that as we continue to grow towards 10.1K, and it's all thanks to you guys. We have Chaos Dragon Levianeer. By the way, none of this content is official financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. We have Levianeer with all the crazy hype around, you know, Dragon Links and Burst Protocol and Rockets. This card, they play that. You need this card. This card is insane. This card is broken. It is. 14 listings here at 272s. Is already like cheap, thankfully, but the cheaper it goes, the more you want this card. Beautiful print, beautiful card. Might see play. This card is insane. I remember people wanted this to be banished. I'm sorry, be banished. Are we playing Yu-Gi-Oh here? To be banned, you know, on the ban list when Dragon Links were year after year after year competing at the highest of levels, because the card is that broken. You can go for, you know, pop cards in the field. You can, you know, go for the hand. Special. This is one of the most broken cards. Like if you can fit it, and then it's a level 8. So then you use this and something else and go into a rank 8 after going to the hand or after popping a card. So just crazy card, crazy good. You know, this is pretty cheap. The cheaper it goes, just keep your eye out for this one. No one's gonna be looking at this card. You come in, again, hey, with all this Dragon Link support and this and that and the third, by early next year. Late next year to early next year, this card might be money. So keep it in mind. Great card to pick up the lower it goes in price. We have Nightmare Throne. Again, this card recently was still holding value for no random reason. You know, and now you have a reprint here. At $7, single digits, finally. Card is being more readily available now. And it's a higher rarity than the Ultra. So, yeah, I mean, $5 in the short term is what's expected. You know, if you see a playset for 10s, I think it's still good because it's a Yubel card. I mean, you know, and they got phased out of the meta, you know, Yubels, but people love Yubel in general. The card is beautiful. So yeah. $10 a playset, you pick it up, just put it away in the trade binder, and these might gain value down the line. But right now it's still too early for this prismatic secret rare, in my humble opinion. We have Arudras, the final bringer of the end times. I actually need one of these for my Odeon extra deck. The card is 363s, and beautiful playset for 10s in the very short term. But honestly, we expect this card to go, you know, the 2s, 250s. That'd be ideal. Just to get this card cheaper. Maybe you get 4 of these for 10 bucks, 4 to 5 of these for 10 bucks. That would be the goal. Maybe even 2 playsets, but we'll see. For this card, it's just broken. Not many decks play it, but it is a broken card that was holding on to value before the reprint was announced. So not a bad pickup as a prismatic secret rare in the next week or two as it continues to find a low. We have Iron Thunder, guys. This card, again, this was one like Shiny Sarcophagus where people were still buying these at 9 to 10 bucks. You know, 8, 9, 10s. I'm like, why? This is getting a rarity bump reprint in like just a couple days, in a week, and then some change here, and here we are. I need this card, but I already ordered mine. They were $2 on you know, the Gamer's Choice order that I made. I'm like, they're $2, man. Let me just pay my $6, get my playset from my Scrub Scrubanites. Okay, there we go. My Scrubbanite deck, and then I need another playset from my Scrub Morpheus. Okay, so yeah, just all these trap decks, stun decks, they play this card. The card is just broken. And it's generically good in a way. You feel me? It's a broken card going second. So just something to keep in mind. Beautiful to see this card this cheap. Can't wait. Hopefully we get even cheaper prices as people lose interest in the card so we can pick up these at deals and steals. Because I think in the future, this card can be money. It's just that broken. Then we have Tenpai Dragon Pydra. Again, it's nice to see this card at sub $5, but it's still too cheap. I'm sorry, too expensive. We needed to see cheaper. Let's see it cheaper. And it's beautiful. This is a beautiful prismatic secret rare. I want this card. I want to own this card. I want to have access to the Tenpai engine. And it's nice to see all these reprints coming out for the Tenpai engine, even though it's not doing anything now. You know, yeah, I mean, it's Tenpai, man. Not bad at all. It's a shotgun deck. And, you know, but still, this is too expensive. 476s, 5s, nah. 2 to 3s. 2 to 3s. I ain't paying more than $10 for a playset of Pydras. It's still a card that a lot of people are gonna want, even myself, just cause, right? But it's still too expensive, so I would give it more time to this one. Then you have Tenacity of the Monarchs. You have the Monarch Storm 4th, and you have Domain of the True Monarchs. These 3 Monarch cards, they're all 3 Starlight rares. Again, you don't know if we got a second wave of Monarch support soon, and or also Tenacity. The rare was like $6 because it was that hard to get. So beautiful to see a max rarity holographic version finally of this card at just 2 and some change. You know, it's pretty cheap, under 3s, and hopefully it gets cheaper. You have the Monarch Storm 4th at same price, 272s. I would wait on this one, and they're all across the board at pre-sale prices of 272s. That means they're gonna all go down together in tandem, most likely to around maybe 250s, maybe $2. Playset for 5s would be ideal for each of these. So again, Tenacity is more for like the actual Monarch deck, but then you do have the Monarch Storm 4th and Domain of the True Monarchs that you can actually play with True Dracos, guys. So again, don't forget, True Dracos are getting support soon. Their first wave. You don't know if they get a second wave as well. Hopefully, second wave of True Draco, actually, you know, a monster that we actually need, you know. But yeah, so these cards can go up due to the True Draco wave or hype as well. So keep it in mind. I'm looking for these. I'm looking for these, just one of each, or at least maybe a couple Storm 4th, but just one Domain, just for my True Draco deck. So I can't wait to see these really cheap and get those rarity bumps. Love it. Love these reprints, man. Great job, Konami. And we have a couple Boomer cards. Again, Chaos Sorcerer. We showed it that here in the Gamer's Choice it was $3, and now here at pre-sale prices it's still around $9 to $10. But honestly, as a Boomer card, you want to see 750s in the short term. Maybe even 5 bones, honestly. That'd be like my goal. If I wouldn't have bought, you know, the copies my playset here, thanks to that live stream and people just going through the pre-sales, I would be buying this at $5. I still want more of these. Just because I got my personal playset, I still want more Chaos Sorcerers. I think this will age extremely well. Because there's already a technical max rarity as a Starlight. So even if it gets reprinted down the line, this is the Starlight rare. You feel me? And cards like these, I don't see OG cards getting alternate arts. You never know. But I don't see that happening, right? So, I mean, it happened with Raigeki, so you never know. But the whole point is, $5 is my personal goal for extra copies that I want as investments. So I can't wait. Hopefully we go down there so I can buy more of these. And because, yeah, as a Boomer card, I mean, the super rares were like $20. And the Ultra's like 250s, just hard to get any holographic version. Don't sleep on them boomers out there. This card is played in throughout many different boomer formats, not just GOAT. So definitely a great reprint inside this tin here that people are going to probably not pay too much attention to. We have Pot of Greed, one of the most iconic Yu-Gi-Oh cards in Yu-Gi-Oh history. You know, and this card is 11 bucks. And, you know, I still expect the single digits for this one. Don't know how low, honestly. This one is hard to measure because $10 seems like a good low for a card like this. A Starlight Rare Pot of Greed? Insane that we can crack open packs and pull a Pot of Greed in 2025. This is just for us boomers. Man, the nostalgia, man. Ooh, man, can't wait to get this card. Pot of Greed, bro. Starlight Rare, just a beauty, man. I cannot wait. Just beautiful to see this here pan out in that manner. So 10 bucks is like the max you want to pay a pop. Anything under $10 is a steal for this boomer card. Pot of Greed, and iconic for them go boomers like your boy. Okay, we have Miracle Fusion. What a beautiful max rarity print. Beautiful Starlight Rare print right here. You know, $5 is like the most you want to pay. But again, cards like these, 10 bones, beautiful. $10 a playset. Ooh, man, beautiful. I can't wait. I need a playset for my Diva Hero Zombie Eddie Edison deck. So I'm looking forward to getting a playset of these for myself. And then the lower it goes in price, we'll continue to invest into this card because this is a hero card that I see being money. Literally, I see this card. This card could be double digits one day. It can. We already saw how the secret rares, the speed duel secret rares are in the 20s. It's hard to get holographic versions of these cards, especially the higher end rarities. This is going to be money, as you can see here. So if you can pick these up, $10 a playset at the very least, that's my goal with a card like this. There you go. We have Bottomless Trap Hole. Says 850s. Same deal. I want to see at least 5s. Personally, playset for 10s, that's the play. But at 5s, you need to get that initial exposure. Can't blame you. Hopefully this does like what Torrential Tribute did. Which it got a 10 quarter century secret rare, and now we have a Bottomless Trap Hole here, another one of them traps. Of course, Torrential's just played at one. Bottomless you can play at multiples and throughout different boomer formats, you know, as well. So definitely the demand, you know, is going to be more for this one. So if it settles at 5, I definitely understand. But you know, $10 a playset would be the goal with a trap like this for them boomers out there. Beals, the Diabolic Dragons, again with synchro support coming. Not that this needs to be played in there, but it's a synchro monster and a broken one for that matter. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Insane. This card is just hard to get around. You can't destroy it by battle or by card effects. You can't swing into it, or you can't do nothing. You know, you have to first negate its effect and then take it on from there. But and then if you take damage from an attack involving this card or from an opponent's card effect, this card gains attack equal to the damage you took. So just broken card, and this 3,000 attack and defense. So just a broken synchro. Neat little reprint here. You actually play this in one of the boomer formats, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So I actually need this card, and it's gonna be a nice one to quietly pick up, because cards like these, they come out, people don't pay attention to them, they get scarce, and then they become money down the line. So nice little reprint here that we expect cheaper prices that we should be picking up. We have Red Rose Dragon. Again, with the Rose support coming out soon, this card was like what was it? Like, it was expensive for the Ultras from like Legendary, Duelish or something like that. Now we have a 10 max rarity reprint. Not bad. With the Rose support coming out, you know, especially if you need it, if you love Rose Dragons, things of that nature, as it goes down in price, not a bad one to pick up and to get exposure to. I like little reprints like these. We have Dueling Dragon, the Dual Dragon. Nice reprint. I believe this was a prize card. So again, you're going to probably have collectors out there that want access to this card. And you know, 2 monsters, including a synchro monster. So yeah, you can banish 1 power tool synchro monster or 1 level 7 or 8 dragon synchro monster from your extra deck. Crazy. Then you get a token. So pretty interesting. Opponent monster cannot target this card for attacks with card effects. So interesting. Pretty interesting. All right. So yeah. So don't sleep on this one. On this link 4, it's a dragon, and it works with synchros. Just one that if you see at 2 to 3s, you pull the trigger. And there's a nice collectible piece too, you know, because it's scarce. It only has like the prize card, if I'm not mistaken, and then this Starlight Rare. So not a bad pickup from the tins for the long term. We have Starlight Road. Again, Starlight Rare, Starlight Rarity for Starlight Road. You know, it's beautiful, right? There's a boomer card. I did not want the quarter centuries regardless. They're still holding 18 to 20s, holding strong. And now I love to see a 10x move towards the downside for another high rarity. Instead of having to get the quarter century, we can pick these up probably at 250s, probably at 2s very, very soon. Just a cheap boomer card. Beautiful, beautiful. Iconic card, iconic artwork. Love to see it. So I'm excited to be able to pick up more Starlight Roads. Because yeah, and Starlight Rarity is gonna be beautiful. Then we have DDDDDD Designator. This spell card is just beautiful. Beautiful to get an iconic Yu-Gi-Oh card that was like 3 to 5s across the board just due to scarcity. Now we're gonna be able to get Starlight Rares here for the cheap. If it's already at $1.72, hopefully we get this card at shekels. A Starlight Rare like this at shekels would be amazing. You just pick these up everywhere you see them, from vendors, from at locals, trades. You just pick this a card up if you see it at $1 or below. This card has potential to be money in the future, just off scarcity once it ages. And beautiful artwork, man. Beautiful. Love it, man. They hit the nostalgia. They do, man. They're doing us right, man, with cards like these. We have Denko Seka, nice prismatic secret rare. I mean, you never know when the next big huge trap deck is gonna come around. And this card, single card destroys trap deck, guys. Trap decks just broken. Nice to get, if I'm not mistaken, a max rarity version of this card with the prismatic secret rare. I personally think it's still too expensive. The card is not seeing play and hasn't seen play now for multiple years, so I think 272s is too expensive. We need to see this card at sub 2s, maybe $1.50, maybe around $1, maybe even shekels, honestly, guys. So I'm gonna wait. I want my place at the Denko Sekas, but I ain't paying no 272s for this card. Patience wins this game. Then we have Buster Whelp of the Destruction Swordsman. This one is a nice ultra rare. It's a nice little ultra rare, to pick up, not now at 77 cents. I mean, if it's already this price, this card is going to probably be quarters. So again, at quarters and below, I think this is a great card to pick up for the long term because it lasted ages and ages and ages. It was single print forever, only had one print, and now it got its second print. So again, I think this card ages very, very well. Beautiful artwork. It's a card that, as an ultra rare, you see in trade binders, just throw them in. You throw them in, you set it as bulk here at home, and then one day that bulk can become, go from bulk to billies, and it's going to be very, very beautiful. Yeah, definitely an ultra rare that I would be on the lookout for. And lastly, we have here Red Eye / Dragon. Where is it, man? Where is it? Where is it, man? Look, it says Red Eyes / Dragon. Let me see if I can pop it up here. I don't know what's going on. Man, oh man, oh man, TCG players sometimes. We have Red Eye / Dragon, guys. This card, I left the best for last. If you're an hour in, you deserve these nuggets. I've been making money in Yu-Gi-Oh for like 15 years, guys. Just making all types of monies, highs and lows, making thousands and thousands per year. I'm just selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards on TCG Player, hustling, trading. You guys already know. And a lot of the money that I've made in Yu-Gi-Oh is not, like, contrary to popular belief, it's not like buying like the staples, high end, what everyone wants. Yes, you definitely, they're highly liquid, easy money, we understand. But other times, the big money has come from buying cards like this. Red Eye / Dragon. All right, it's not the end all be all. It's not a meta relevant card. It's more like a collector's card, right? If you come over here, only has 3 prints. Only has 3 prints, as you can see here. Let's just do this, filter this out, extra deck. Look at that. Only has 3 prints. The OG Ultras are still $17, $18 today. The OG Secrets are 14 to 15. Sure, maybe they go down to 10. But you have a Starlight Rare of the card, the technical max rarity, mind you, of a card that is already hard to get in general. And now you're going to get an easy, readily available version. Like, this is how you make money in Yu-Gi-Oh! Yes, the card is not going to be highly liquid. Yes, if you have 100 of these, it's going to be hard to sell all of them, right? Because it's not liquid. It's hard, right? It's not like everyone's not clamoring for this. We understand. It's not a meta relevant staple. Still Red Eyes card. Artwork looks great. Starlight Rare. Guys, this is what we call free 99. This is what we call free money. This is what we call no one pays attention to it. You do, you get rewarded. Right now it's 369s. Me, I'm waiting 2 to 3s, 250s. Cheap. 4, 5, 6 of these for $10. That's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm waiting for. Because this is what you call free money. Excuse me, guys. Literally. You can't make this stuff up. You just can't. And that's why I'm making emphasis. It's not now. Oh my God, Jay said it's going to be money. I'm going to come in right now. Pre-sale. I need my comp. No, you wait. For this one, patience wins this game. You wait a week. You wait 2 weeks. You wait 3 weeks. You come into the charts. You wait for some consolidation, and then you pull the trigger. You see this, someone pull it out of their tins. You see this in a trade binder. You pick it up as throw-ins and trades. And then one day, this $1.50, $2, $2.50 card, a year from now, 2 years from now, Jay, but that's a long time. Time is passing by fast, boys. Look, we're already talking about the 2025 tins. And it feels like yesterday, the 2024 tins came out, but that's neither here nor there. 6 months, 9 months, a year out, a year plus out, this card could be 10 bones and beyond, and you can be up 5x, 2, 3, 4, 5x. Just letting it marinate in the binder. So the goal for me is to get anywhere from an R3 to an R9 of this card and live to fight another day. I had no money when I see it in Yu-Gi-Oh. Jay, but who cares about this card? This card is trash, man. It hasn't been played since it ever got printed, and it's still worth value. And it's still worth value. Here's the proof. Is in the pudding, as they say. I think so. Look at that. Still, this card was 16s, went up to 20s. Now, okay, reprint coming. Still 17, 18 bucks. Super scarce and hard to get. Still, the secret rares flash crashing from 1750s. Volume is coming in down to 15s, and it's still money. This is up next. Don't sleep on Red Eye / Dragon. This is the easiest money you'll ever make in Yu-Gi-Oh. Guys, if you enjoyed the content, make sure you subscribe on the way out. Ring the bell, like the content, the video on the way out. Guys, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this in one place in the group chat with some friends. It really does go a long way. You guys are all straight MVPs. Never forget that. Thank you. If you made it this far out into the video, you guys already know. Guys, thank you so much for your time, for your support, for your attention. Stay fresh.